Hello, I'm V. Today we're going to be making a dustpan. I don't have one for the shop. I have a scrap piece of metal that I got from my scrap pile. And what we're going to do is I'm going to try to fashion a dustpan out of this. We got some new ones at work. My boss bought some new ones. And it's pretty simple. All they do is put a little curve here. I'm going to cut that out with some tin snips. And then mold it a little bit, try to put me a handle, that way we'll have us a dustpan. So I'll take some pictures as I'm going through it and stuff, showing what I'm doing, and hopefully it'll work out. Let's put us a radius on here. Wherever it meets here and here, then we'll have centered. Same on here. Wherever it meets, wherever it meets. And we'll cut that out with tin snips. Alright. We have the red handled pair. That's for left turns. So let's try to cut this. This is maybe 1/16 inch. Alright. You can cut a lot of things with tin snips you wouldn't think you could. The only reason I'm putting a little curve on it is once it's finished, I don't want to have a sharp edge there to poke myself with. Or my daughters, they clean up in here for me. I'll have to record that too, because no one will believe me. Right. Just right on that line as best we can. There we go. Go forward. Of course, after I get these cut off, I'll use a file just to make sure I don't have no burrs hanging off. There we go. See? Right on the outside edge of the line. And then I'll file that down with the file just to knock all the grabby, cutty stuff off. Alright. Using a bastard file. Out a little bit. Getting smooth. Yeah, you can see I'm off a little there. I should have cut further in where it had been cut previously. Tell you what, we'll cut that. No point in being lazy and letting it look crappy. Bring this curve in a little bit. There we go. There, see? 10 seconds of work. Looks better now. Curved and smooth. Then we'll bring us a stump in the house and we'll start the molding process. Alright, first thing we're going to do before we try to bend this radius here, we'll make us the side to come up, then we'll bend the back here, make a lip, then we'll bend the side. So let's see, we want it, call it that right there. We're going to start. This going. If anybody knows, this is called a dead blow hammer. It's got sand inside, so I know you can't hear it when you hit. It's supposed to alleviate some bounce when that sand hits. Alright, that's one side. Get a start. The reason I don't worry too much back here is because I'm going to bend this again, so I don't need it too you know, perpendicular. Here we want to have some strength, but here we're going to have to bend it again, so it's going to come out. No point in going crazy on that. Alright, bend the back a little. This is where it might get a little hard once we already have bends on the sides. It may not want to bend too much. Right. You have to get a little bit more of a man's hammer out. So we got the crease. We know where the back's going to be. We got the sides. What we're going to have to do, bend it right about here. Kind of crimp it down so that the sides come up as this goes down. Give me a second to think about that and then we'll record it. Alright, there we go. Dent in, act as a stop. What we'll do is we'll drill a hole right about here, put a rivet, and we'll be good. Then I'll just attach some type of handle. Pretty simple. Of course, I'm going to have to hammer this out, get it flat so it picks up the dust I want to get, but we're on our way. Alright, the rivets we're going to use 3/16 diameter, so I got a 3/16 drill bit in there. I should have clamped those together before I started. Next, we'll rivet them together. Alright, this is a rivet gun. If you have never seen one, here's the rivet. What you do is you put this in the hole. When you squeeze it, this nub will expand this metal out and it will break at a certain amount of tension. Got your hole, goes in there. That's what it looks like. I'll try to show you what it does. See? It's mushing the metal. There we go. Now that won't come apart. Alright, we lost battery power yesterday, but I went ahead and I finished up the dustpan we were working on last time. I'd cut the metal on my marks, I bent it over, I put it in the vise here, hammered it over, then drilled a hole, put the rivet in, riveted it. It's pretty strong. It's not going to come out. I mean, you're putting dust and dirt in it, you know. There's nothing there. So then what I did, I had a piece of old conduit. What I did was I hammered out one end, and then here to make this bend, what I did, I used a ball peen hammer. I used the round end ball peen hammer. I used the round end and indented this, and then took it to my anvil and bent it a little bit. Now when I drilled the hole in the back of the pan here, it was round, but of course when you bend conduit, it widens out, and when you flatten it. So I took the round end, fed it through, and then filed with my circle file, my round file, on the edges till it fit through. Then I just set it down. I drilled me a 1/4 inch hole through the conduit and the pan. Then I put me a 1/4 bolt, put a lock washer, and mounted it. That thing, only thing holding it on there, but it's got tension against this right here, so it's held on there. It's not going to fall off. And then just so I could mount it, after it was all mounted, I took this over to my anvil and I mashed it out, then drilled me a 3/8 inch hole, and it mounts. And I did some fine-tuned smashing here as I put it to the ground to make sure that it's flat. I didn't want one of those dustpans where when you sweep everything goes underneath, but not too bad. Saved me a couple dollars going to get it, plus something else I made. I'm not going to buy it if I can make it. So there you go.